Hello students, today we will discuss factors affecting chemical shift, that is delta value. What are the factors which affects on the chemical shift in NMR spectroscopy? So there are some factors which affects the value of chemical shift. We know that in 1H NMR chemical shift value generally occurs from 0 to 14 ppm. It means that the proton can be from 0 to 14 ppm chemical shift, and this chemical shift varies according to the chemical environment around that proton. So the first factor which is very general in consideration is electronegativity. So electronegativity is an important factor which affects on the chemical shift. If you take simple example like methyl fluoride, methyl chloride, methyl bromide and methyl iodide. We know that the electronegativity value of fluorine is 4. For chlorine is around 3.3. For bromine it is 3.1 and for iodine it is around 2.9. So the electronegativity value increases from iodine to fluorine, and if you draw the structure of methyl fluoride, you can see the flow of electron CH3F. As the fluorine is more electronegative, it attracts electron toward itself via negative inductive effect. As a result, this proton becomes de-shielded. This proton becomes de-shielded, and due to this de-shielding effect, these protons having higher delta value, higher del value. In case of chlorine, we know the trend of electronegativity. Fluorine is more electronegative than chlorine. Chlorine is more electronegative than bromine, and bromine is more electronegative than iodine. So from one example you can predict the chemical shift of other three examples relatively. So there is no need to remember the values, but to remember the trend. So from this factor we can easily predict the chemical shift of CH3F is more than CH3Cl, which is more than CH3Br, which is again more than CH3I. And in del scale it is given as these protons are having chemical shift 4.2, these protons are having chemical shift value 3.5, 2.6 and 2.1. So in this way the del value increases from right to left or decreases from left to right. Okay, so electronegativity is the tendency of an atom to attract sigma bond pair electron towards itself. That is also known as minus I effect. So this effect is an additive property. It means that in case of CH3F, the value is 4.2. If we add another fluorine atom, it means CH2F2, the chemical shift again increases due to the two fluorine atoms and it becomes around 8.0. In case of CHF3, it is again more and it is around 12.0. And in case of all the fluorine, it becomes NMR inactive because it has no proton. It does not show 1H spectrum because it does not have hydrogen atom, but it has fluorine atom. So you have to study F19 spectroscopy. Okay. So electronegativity is directly proportional to chemical shift value, del value. Always this keep in mind, electronegativity is directly proportional to chemical shift. Now the second factor which is important to consider is the field strength. Field strength used in NMR. More is the field strength, more will be the energy gap. Because if you increase the strength of magnetic field, then the proton becomes de-shielded and therefore field strength is directly proportional to the chemical shift value. It means that at 40 megahertz, if the value is 2 ppm, so at 100 megahertz the value will be more, because field strength is directly proportional to chemical shift. Now the third factor is magnetic anisotropy. Magnetic anisotropy effect. It means that if magnetic field is applied to particular compound and if that applied magnetic field is aligned with the local magnetic field, then the chemical shift value increases. We will see this effect by taking one example. Suppose we take alkene molecule, carbon, double bond carbon, 2 hydrogens over this carbon, 2 hydrogen over this carbon. Okay. So if this molecule keeps in magnetic field, there are two zones present in this molecule. If you draw the orbital diagram of this molecule, you can see carbon, one single bond. These are the p orbitals. This is the double bond. Then here are the pi electrons present. This area is having pi electrons. There are 2 pi electrons, either this can be present here or here. Okay, and there are 4 hydrogens. Two are above the plane, 2 are below the plane. Okay, so I will circle these protons for better understanding. So this if you draw the magnetic lines of forces, in this manner, so this zone is known as shielding zone. And if you applied magnetic field, the applied magnetic field H, which experiences these protons. Now if you draw the zones like this, you can see these protons are present in de-shielding zone or de-shielded zone, and this zone is known as shielding zone. So if you provide magnetic field, this de-shielded proton can absorb more frequency because these protons are in de-shielded zone. This zone is known as de-shielded zone. De-shielded zone. So as the protons are present in de-shielded zone, they will absorb more frequency. As a result, their del value is more. Because the circulation of electron takes place like this. This is the circulation of electrons. So electron density is more in between carbon-carbon double bond, and there is less electron density. So more is the electron density, more will be the shielding, and less will be the electron density, lesser is the shielding. So this zone is known as de-shielded zone, because if you consider 2 protons, one is present in shielded zone, which I draw by a thick circle, and another proton which is present in de-shielded zone, which is represented by dotted. So you can easily understand which proton is going to absorb more fields or more magnetic field. Obviously the proton which is present in de-shielded zone, because here there is a less electron density around the proton. So lesser is the electron density, this proton can easily absorb the magnetic field because there is no shielding. But here there is a electron density around this hydrogen or proton. Due to this, the absorbance is less, and therefore the del value is less. Here the del value is more. So this effect is known as anisotropic effect or magnetic anisotropy. So if you consider alkyne acetylene molecule CH triple bond CH, the first of all you will predict that these protons are in de-shielded zone because the flow of electron density is like this, and this is a shielded zone and this is de-shielded zone, therefore the del value is more for these protons. But this is not the true case. When you take linear molecule, you have to draw this acetylene molecule vertically. One proton is here, another proton is here, and you have to draw like this. This is one of the cylinder type molecule. Okay, so what happened here? Carbon triple bond carbon, this proton here and this proton here. If you draw the magnetic field, you can see these protons are present in shielded zone. These protons are present in shielded zone. So these protons have less delta value as compared to alkene protons. And this zone is de-shielded zone. It means carbon triple bond carbon, this proton is having in shielded zone, and this region is in de-shielded zone, but there is no proton, therefore we cannot determine the delta value here because there is no proton. So one thing always remember while predicting the chemical shift value, the electronegativity is very important, then field strength. Electronegativity is directly proportional to delta value, field strength is directly proportional to the delta value, and the proton comes under the de-shielded zone is having more delta value. So this is how we can determine the delta value of any particular proton. So always remember, for de-shielded proton, delta value is more, for shielded proton delta value is less. So for de-shielded proton, the signal is downfield, and for shielded proton the signal is upfield. Now what is upfield and what is downfield? Okay, so if you draw the delta scale, you know that this signal is TMS signal and the scale starts from 0. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and so on. So there are two zones in the spectrum. From 1 to 3, this zone is known as shielded zone, and more than 4 value is known as de-shielded zone. So the signal present in shielded zone is having upfield value and the signal present in the downfield region is having de-shielded proton and downfield value. Downfield means more delta value, upfield means less delta value. De-shielded proton, downfield signal, shielded proton, upfield signal. Sometimes delta value becomes negative also, that we will study in the upcoming lectures. So thank you very much for watching this video.